Today, we're going to dive deep into a topic that can literally make or break your e-commerce business, Shopify store design. And look, we're going way beyond just making things look pretty. We're getting into the real science and strategy behind a store that doesn't just get clicks, it gets conversions. So, does this question hit a little too close to home? Yeah, it's the one that keeps so many of us store owners up at night. You've poured everything into making your store look perfect. The photos are absolutely stunning, but the sales, they're just not happening. It is such a common frustration. And the answer you'll find almost always comes down to rethinking what good design actually means for your business.
And this is the mindset shift that changes everything. See, in e-commerce, design isn't just about being artsy. It's a powerful business tool. Its entire job is to build your brand, drive conversions, and grow your bottom line. That means every single choice you make, from a button color to a font size, has to have a clear business goal behind it.
So, why is this so critical? Well, think of it this way. Your website's design is your silent salesperson, and it's working for you 24/7. It's the very first thing that builds trust, and it's the main tool you have to guide your customers from just browsing to actually buying. I love this analogy. When a visitor lands on your site, they make a judgment call in less than a second. Does this place look legit? Can I actually trust this store with my credit card? A clean, professional, and thoughtful design is like a firm, confident handshake that immediately tells them, hey, you're in the right place. We've got you. So how do you build that instant trust? It all starts with a rock-solid foundation. We're about to walk through the absolute, non-negotiable pillars of a high-converting Shopify store. And I promise, if you get these right, you're not just in the game, you're way, way ahead of it. We're going to break down 5 foundational elements. First, making sure your site is accessible to everybody. Then, harnessing the power of color and imagery. Demanding flawless functionality. Creating effortless navigation. And finally, mastering typography. First up is accessibility. This just means designing your site so that everyone can use it, including people with disabilities. But check this out. Simple fixes like using high contrast colors and adding descriptive alt text to your images don't just create a better experience for users, they also give your SEO a serious boost. It's a total win-win. All right, let's talk visuals. Your color palette is your brand's emotional shortcut. You really want to lean into softer, more professional tones instead of anything too loud or jarring. And notice the power of consistency here. When all your product photos have the same background and lighting, it creates this polished, high-end catalog feel that just screams quality. Now for functionality. And wow, this number tells a massive story. Over half of all online purchases are now made on mobile devices. That's right, more than 50%. This is not some passing trend. It's just the reality of how we shop now. And what that number means is this. Your site's performance on a smartphone isn't an afterthought, it is the main event. It has to be fast, it has to be responsive, and it has to be flawless on any screen size. Because let's be real, a slower, buggy mobile site isn't just an inconvenience, it's a guaranteed lost sale. End of story.
Think of your site's navigation like the signs in a physical store. If people can't find what they're looking for right away, they're just going to walk out. So stick to what people already know and expect. A clear menu at the top, a logo that always links back to the homepage, and the shopping cart on the top right. Don't try to reinvent the wheel here. Just make it easy for them.
And finally, typography. Wow, the difference is night and day, isn't it? On the left, it's just total chaos. But on the right, it's calm, it's organized, and it's easy to read. The lesson here is so simple. Just stick to 2 or 3 fonts that work well together. Then play with different sizes and weights to create a visual hierarchy that naturally guides your customer's eye right where you want it to go, like the product title and, of course, that all-important Add to Cart button. All right, so with that foundation solidly in place, it's time to level up. Let's get into the secrets that separate the good stores from the truly unforgettable ones. Okay, here's a pro-level strategy for you. Balance what's expected with what's unique. You stick to the standard layouts people already know, like the navigation we just talked about, but then you inject your brand's personality into it. Maybe it's custom illustrations, a really striking color palette, or a bold font for your headlines. It's the perfect recipe, familiar enough that it's easy to use, but unique enough that it's memorable. You've definitely heard this before, but in the world of e-commerce design, this is the golden rule. White space isn't wasted space. No, it's an active tool that cuts down on clutter, helps people understand what they're looking at, and gives your products room to breathe, which makes them feel more premium. I mean, this comparison makes it crystal clear. A cluttered design just creates confusion and, frankly, looks unprofessional, which completely kills trust. But a minimalist approach, it gives customers a clear path to purchase, it feels sophisticated, and it projects a high-quality image. The advantage is just undeniable. Let's wrap this section with some quick, actionable tips. Make your text easy on the eyes by keeping your line lengths a bit shorter. Use bullet points in your product descriptions so people can scan them easily. And here's a fantastic pro tip. Always have a backup image for videos, so users on slower connections don't just see a big, empty, broken space. Okay, this is all great in theory, but how do you actually put it all into practice? Well, the beauty of Shopify is that it gives you an incredibly powerful toolkit right out of the box. I want you to think of this as your design power trio. You've got the theme editor for direct control, the huge app store for adding new features, and a massive selection of themes to build on. Let's quickly break down how to use them. The theme editor is your command center. It's designed to be super intuitive, so you can make huge changes without knowing any code. For instance, changing your add to cart button color so it stands out more, that's a 2-click job that can have a real impact. Spend time just exploring in there. It's where you'll really shape your store's identity. Now, for anything your theme can't do on its own, there's the App Store. But a word of advice, be strategic. Every single app can affect your site's speed, so you only want to add what truly enhances the customer journey. Start with the essentials, like a good review app to build social proof, or maybe some advanced search filters if you have a big catalog. Always ask yourself, does this solve a real problem for my customer? So as we bring this all together, just remember the ultimate goal. Great Shopify design is not just about having a beautiful store. It's about that perfect sweet spot where beauty meets function, a site that not only represents your brand flawlessly, but is also engineered from the ground up to convert. And that leads me to my final question for you. I want you to take an honest look at your own store right now. What story is its design telling your customers? Is it a story of trust, quality, and professionalism? And if not, well, you now have the principles and the tools to start telling a better one, starting today.